Hello and welcome to the World of Ravinia podcast. Today's intro will be very short, as the recap for our players is fairly long and covers most of what I would say anyway. We had a few people jumping in and out towards the end, so this will be a chance for them to get caught back up. So without any further ado, we now return to the World of Ravinia. All right, welcome back, everybody. Couple of quick things before we get started here. I am going to recap everything that went over last session, so that I figure some people might have forgotten some stuff. And there we go. Apparently, it never refreshes Zin's hit points, so she's back to full. All right, so to recap where we left off, Zindi Raymine entered the realm of the dead, where she saw the great tree line in the distance and heard her elven ancestors softly calling to her. Zin, however, was returned to the world of the living by the gatekeeper via intervention by Mara Stormwind when she made a pact with the gatekeeper to serve him. You also learned that many other, and in most cases more powerful undead had traveled via the portal, which Gargan learned was linked to the fallen Dark Elf kingdom of Caldronia, whose residents served and worshipped the Queen of Darkness a few hundred years ago, thanks to the coins that were in the pockets of the zombies. You also said farewell to Pell, your satyr compatriarch, who opted to return to the Feywild, following a combination of the fright-filled night that was the festival and receiving a letter from their grandfather welcoming them back home. You then returned to the dream world that you had entered previously, only this time you were greeted by the Maiden of Bliss, goddess of joy and pleasure, who said that her follower had sensed a great evil, gathered those whom he felt were capable in aiding in stopping it. The maiden told you that she also sensed great potential in all of you, and a part to play in what was to come. Finally, Sybil consulted with Saul, and they opted to make use of the gift she had received for ranking first among her initial test at the start of the year. So now you find yourselves headed to the capital of New Hope, Allrizen, on a prepaid trip, along with some spending money that has already been distributed into your coin purses. And so, a few pieces of bookkeeping before we get there, though. Things that I realized would have come up at the end of last session. Quark, your tarts are now in your inventory. The head baker had finished them. Second, if you go to your journals tab, you'll see a returned letter from your mom.
Yeah, saw both of those.
Okay. One other thing to note, even though 8 nights have passed, Zin, you still have one level of exhaustion remaining that you feel you just can't seem to shake off and feel a constant drain of fatigue lingering on. Now, are there any last preparations you want to make before taking the carriage to Allrizen?
I'm just checking my inventory right now.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah. You may also want to double check just what you're bringing, because the carriage does not exactly have infinite space, and you may be returning with more stuff than you're originally heading there with.
I probably would just bring anything that's in my backpack with me, which I should actually probably equip.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just changing my mouse out. I think my main mouse is dying. So when your left mouse button keeps disengaging when you're trying to drag stuff. It's kind of annoying.
Alright. Weekend pass has been turned in.
I'll just say I'm keeping my familiar active, sort of just flying along tree to tree, or sometimes with us, but just in general a way that I don't have to spend an action to call it.
So yeah, if there's any last minute things you needed to pick up from the quartermaster before you go, or anything like that, just let me know.
Something's broken with the exchange. It's not letting me drag the parcel to the chat to activate it.
I don't think that. I don't think you drag it to the chat. You drag it to your inventory. I thought.
I thought so too, but I think last time. Let me try. Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay. Helps when I have a mouse that actually lets me actually drag it without dropping it.
Ah, done that many times in the past. That's why I'm like, it should just go.
Yeah, I thought so too. That's why I switched mouse, and that fixed my problem. So I'm glad I remembered where my spare mouse was.
Okay. All right. Any last minute things other than apparently Derark bought some bars from the smithing shop
Well, as soon as I can make change.
as soon as you can make change.
Can I buy 2 things of healing potion?
Who should be in?
There's a couple shops that have them right now.
Yeah.
Still trying to break into my Discord on my laptop.
Basic item. Um. So yeah, if you're checking out the quartermaster, you will notice a lot of basic items, weapons, and armor have been very much flooded out. There has been a run on resources in the past week. Let me see here. Who? Zen, that was you that was asking, right?
Yes, I'm so sorry. Yes.
Okay. I'm just trying to check what all shops have that you have access to have healing potions. Oh, and why is this
Rare
one
shop
not?
does. And then she's gone.
Okay, there we go. I'm not sure why one of the shops she was supposed to have wasn't showing up, so I just reshared it. She should have it now. So you can go through what's there, or you could also look for some of this stuff when you get to Allrizen. It does hold the largest market in the known world.
I'll just wait until we go to Allrizen.
Okay. But yes, while you were there trying to pick this up, you did note that pretty much half the stuff you asked about, or just looking at the last time you were there, even the weapons racks are a paltry sum compared to what they were the last time you were there. Okay, this 2 at a time is killing me. I'm gonna just fix your sheet.
Yeah, I don't like the exchange when it does that.
All right.
I was almost there. I want more to go.
Oh, okay. I just kept seeing them popping up. I'm like, I think I can take care of this a little quicker.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure a better way for exchange because getting gold to silver is a tedious process.
Yeah, a little bit. All right. So unless anybody else has anything else they want to pick up, from the shops.
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Once you leave, the ride is about an hour and a half. Uneventfully down the road to Allrizen, driver keeps a slow and steady pace. Prior to visit here, it was a quick stop in the market, and then previously, sorry, on your prior visits, it was a quick stop in the market before rushing over to Wolf House and then back out the gate. In Direct AI, you did a little bit more thorough tour of the city when you were here for your test. But for the most part, the only ones that have a significant knowledge of the city are Sybil and Saul, because they're both from here. So about 10 a.m., you arrive to start your weekend. Going past the market, there are many stalls in the market last time that were closed. Now that you're arriving early in the morning, there is a much more bustling feel to the market, filled with hundreds, if not thousands, selling various wares. You smell fresh flowers and various meats being grilled up and from stalls in the market. As the carriage makes its way around the market, passes the city center, the driver notes a few more noteworthy buildings as you pass, at least according to them. They do note the Golden Goose Inn, uh, the Grand Hall of Thornbeard Collingsworth, the Merchants Guild, the Temple of the Keeper of Lore, the Sacrament of the Harvest Mother, Wassell's Apothecary and more. And down the way from your final destination is the Temple of the Great Anvil, before you do arrive at Dare to Lay Your Hand Hall. After the carriage settles, the driver and his assistant will start to offload the carriage and bring your goods inside. Does anyone have any questions before entering? And if you bring up the map, all of those locations should now actually populate for you.
And which map would that be?
The Allrizen Street View.
Hello.
Hello? Saul or Zen?
Saul, she's having troubles hearing us apparently.
Okay. Saul, can you hear us now? Because if you're talking, we don't hear you. Or at least I don't.
Yeah, my Allrizen street view is just a green blob. Oh, there it goes. Never mind. Fix it. It just took a minute to render, and I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah, there should be a bunch of green pins now there for you, so you can click on them to select them and bring up information on them. All right. We'll continue to try and work with all there. In the meantime, as you peer up at Dare to Lay Your Hall Hand, you stare up at a 9-story gray brick building that looks very much out of place to the surroundings around it. It is the only building that does not show clear signs of neglect. In fact, this is so pristinely maintained that it looks like it belongs somewhere much further east in the city. Okay. Saul, can you hear us now?
Yes, finally.
Okay. All right. So, as you enter the main hall for the building, make a quick. I'll just go actually off everyone's passive. Okay. Nobody's horrible, but wow. Everybody except for Gargan, Dirark, and Andraki, you do notice a little bit more of the security that seem to be almost intentionally obscuring themselves into the shadows. Uh, Definitely noting that there are a number of large individuals who are, well, heavily armed for an inn or a dining hall would be an understatement. These are heavily armed for military going to war. Uh,
So like
but
plate armor
uh, some in plates, some in breastplates that are clearly much more ornate than standard. Um, there's a half giant that you see stands over 8 feet tall, with 3 halberds resting behind him, all within an arm's reach.
and I don't know if I can discern this, but do they seem to be just generally keeping an eye out for trouble, or are they do they have their attention focused on anybody or any group specifically?
Uh, Make an insight check. All right. With that, they don't seem to be, certainly with the size of your group when you came in, you drew some attention. But for the most part, they're just seem to be keeping an overall general eye on everything going on in the main lobby.
Okay, thanks.
As you approach the front desk, you are greeted by a man in his late 30s, early 40s, wearing a long black trench coat that seems to shimmer as he walks, black hair, and eyes as black to match. Approaches you with a wide smile. Hello, my friends. I understand you are our special guests from the college. Welcome to my establishment. I am Olin Carabrera.
Glad to be here.
You, I believe, were told you would have sufficient, what is the word? Security while you are here. So, during your stay and to escort you into various parts of the city, I will assign. And he just snaps twice, and you watch as a human male slowly walks over wearing a solid green breastplate and a great helm with easily 4 blade handles sticking out of various holsters. At least 2 of them are clearly long swords, and a golden cloak across his back. This is Caleb. Caleb will be at your service for the most part for the next few days. Caleb. You see, just makes some odd hand gestures, and the figure just nods. Now, if I can, where did that woman go? Open! Waves over a woman in her early 30s wearing a red satin dress with ruffles all the way around it down to her knees. Open. Take them to the room. Hurry. Now, I must return to our other guests. If you are in need of anything, please do not hesitate to ask. And he heads back to behind the entryway, the counter in the main hall. You are escorted up to your room, which is on the 8th floor. As you enter, you look into a space probably twice the size of some of the classrooms you've attended, filled with very elaborate and extravagant couches, marble countertop for a sitting area, a 15-foot solid oak table with about 11 chairs around it. Along the side walls, there are 4 doors on each side. They point out that these are 6 of those are the main rooms. The other 2 are for washroom facilities. And that Caleb will be stationed right outside so that if you need anything, just reach out to him and he will be more than happy to inform the staff.
As she's walking us to the room, I just casually, tell her, well, we certainly appreciate all the security, but I can't imagine all those other guys are for us. Anything going on we should know about?
Oh no, it's well, it's just that there are some slightly less reputable individuals that come this way at times, and Caleb will be ensured to make sure that you can make it to various places you may wish to go to, such as the market or various other venues in the city and back safely, especially if it is during less favorable hours to be traveling.
We appreciate that, but I was kind of referring to the small army downstairs.
Oh, that's just the regular security staff.
And if this
You
town,
are in the Warren Watch district. Most of the guards will not even venture this way. It is completely up to the militia and the Fighters Guild to police this area.
and can I derive from that there has been nothing unusual in this town the last 2 days? Certainly nothing like what happened to us. It's off the record. I mean, not. I'm not saying this to her.
Nothing in and of itself. It's basically, literally, with this incredibly pristine building, the building directly across the way looks like it's abandoned and about to fall over. This area is sort of a mix of those that have and those that have clearly do not have. And basically, in this little corner of the city, the guards hold almost no power.
All right. And is it safe to say we don't get a vibe that what happened to us also happened down here?
You do not get a vibe of that. Everybody seems to be, literally, you went through the market and it was just chipper as could be. Everything was just cheery and business as usual.
Gargan, if something like that happened here, security would be triple what it is right now.
And you would have also not been so easily let through the gate. They would have been doing thorough investigations, possibly cavity searches.
And very likely magical scans.
That too. Well, some of them would prefer to not use magic. Especially with some of the individuals that would be part of the militia and the Fighters Guild. But yeah, you definitely got the impression with the word that got around campus from the past week that what happened at the campus was very much targeted at the campus.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Okay. Well, I thank her for her hospitality and give her a silver piece.
Okay. She smiles and heads on out. Any preferences on what you plan to do with your day? Like I said, I think Sybil and Saul might be the only ones that really have that much knowledge of the city.
Yeah, I would basically have a layout of the city, but not know where anything is because of how little time I was here.
Well, we're here for vacation, right?
Yeah.
Hi.
So, what does Soul know about fun things to do in Allrizen?
Give me a history check for Allrizen. Okay. You do know a little bit about the market in the city center. That would have been your forte to go to. You can tell them about a couple of different shops that you like to attend, a couple of your favorite taverns in the area. I'd say one of the most notable of those is going to be the Fortune's Wheel.
Fortune's Wheel is a tavern?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'd tell the rest of the people about this. Also, I'd ask Sybil if she has anything to add.
Yeah. One second. I'm just checking what she would know as her big ones of note. There should be on the map. You should be able to see the Fortune's Wheel. Its location now. It's just above the market.
So I'm seeing the pins, but I'm not able to interact with the pins to see what they are.
Only the green ones you should be able to interact with.
Right. I can't do it. The cursor goes to a hand, but does nothing.
Oh. All right. I have a feeling
I'm not even seeing the pins.
So that you have to turn on. That's the shortcut view mode, and it'll show the pins.
All right. One sec. Let me see here. Which ones do you know about so far?
Click Street View.
Yeah, you have to click on the map a second time to get the street view version.
All right. Okay. I have a feeling I have to make these public for you.
I know I want to, at one point or another, hit the Temple of the Great Anvil and maybe seek out knowledge of the smithing and stuff like that, just for my character's advancement. He would enjoy seeing some of the more elaborate works and basically networking and finding more people to
Okay.
interact with.
Yeah.
Whether any of the rest of the group wants to do that, he'll kind of work his time around what they want to do.
All right.
There's much that I want to do here other than sightsee, anyways.
Are there any notable tended gardens in the city?
Let's see here. Saul. Well, actually, the carriageman would have noted a few things to you on the way. He did note Wassel's Apothecary, and there is a small garden right near there, which is literally just around the corner from where you are. Wassel's. Do you see that pin on the map? It's right where the dirt starts, just north of where the Dare to Lay Your Hand Hall is.
Actually, I would probably want to go to the Temple of Helm to check on those children.
Okay.
Okay, I
Well,
can see all the
something
pins, but I don't see a legend of what they are.
Do you see up at the top literally a pin on the bar for the map?
Well, yeah, though that toggles the pins on and off.
Okay. Basically, if you just mouse over them, it would basically tell you what they are. Temples, he did note a few of them. So
Yeah, I've been trying to do that, and it's not showing me anything.
He noted the Great Oak. He noted Sacrament. He noted Great Anvil. You already know about where the Great White Knight is. You mentioned Keeper of Lore. All right, so those ones should be on there now for you. Yeah, I don't think it's going to give you a legend to look over them. I might have to do something quick there, but basically right near you, if you're looking at the map, you do see where Dare to Lay Your Hand is, right?
If you're talking the drop pin in the very bottom left corner, then yes.
No, in the very bottom left corner, that's Temple of the Great Anvil. Just up from there, just past that little tree, is the Dare to Lay Your Hand. And then right below the number 8 in the road is the Fighters Guild. I need to add
So
some
what you're saying is everything I want to see other than the market is close by.
For the most part, yes. The library, well, yeah, Sybil would probably know about the
Okay,
library.
I found a map that actually has it now.
Oh, okay. Did you have the wrong one open? So there's two that should say Street View. One will have a little book next to it, one won't. You want the one that doesn't have the book.
Yeah, it was the one with the public tag.
Yeah.
Okay, where do you find that other than trying to go through the college champions? Because that's probably the wrong
Images.
one.
Records, images menu.
Aha.
Yeah, the one that's in the one is just a photo. It's not a linked actual map.
Hey, what do you know? It works.
All right. Okay. Sybil is more noteworthy for not the city center, going a little bit north of here. She will point out what are her go-tos here. Secondhand treasures. I'll add the pin for that now. Is that it? I would have heard about Fortune Wheel, Wassels.
I see the pin you added, not the description.
For which one?
The one you just added on the left side above the gate.
There shouldn't be a description. It's literally just a link to the actual shop. That's a little pawn shop that Sybil was quite fond of.
Yeah.
And then the building next to that, she also would have noted as being a place where she was able to get her hands on some goods from time to time, that the owner was quite friendly and helped out the kids a lot too. It is Simon's Imperishables. There isn't an actual shop for it. You'll have to ask if you want to go check it out. But I will drop it on the map for you now. There we go. Anything else you can probably ask the staff about, or if you're something specific you're looking for?
And how long was this stay in Allrizen?
3 nights.
3 nights. Now, is the guy guarding us, is he our only escort, or is he just kind of coordinating all that for us?
As far as you were informed, he is your only escort.
And the rooms will be guarded when we're not in them, right?
Yes, the rooms are under lock and key. You have the key to your room.
Okay.
So is there anything in particular,
Muted.
specific items or specific type of shop you're looking for?
I would like some healing potions just in case.
Okay.
I'm wondering if the apothecary guy will have some of that. He's
Apothecary.
Quite a funny-
Yeah, I believe Wassel should.
Of course, Sin's worried about the potions. You know when that died.
Right? I don't want
character's
to die again.
Her character's gonna become a potion hoarder. You're just a paladin. Yep, and I have all the potions I need.
You get a potion. You get a potion.
So yeah, Wassel's definitely with healing potions. Some of the temples you might be able to pick up some stuff at. Let's see here. With the check you got earlier, Saul, let me see if there's any other shops you would note from your days in the city. You would note one other one. Gothen's Twigs and Things, which is in the market. Gotta check if. Okay. Alright, apparently some of them are not sorted where they're supposed to be. Oh, I'm in the wrong section. I'm in story, not shops. Okay, that would help.
Is there a temple to the Great Trader here, or is that just the marketplace?
Nope, there is an actual temple to the Great Trader. And yeah, if you're checking with the staff, they would tell you that it is located. I actually unlock the map for a second so I can actually add that there. Ah, I can find it. Okay.
I'm sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt, but is this something that I could get from Null's secret shop? Or am I too far away from Null's?
Knowles was back in back at the college, so yeah, you could have grabbed something there if you.
All right.
That's why I mentioned it before, but I think you were not in yet. So if you want to grab something from there and say you grabbed it beforehand, I'll say you could have.
Okay. Excuse me, sorry.
Yeah.
And bye. There we
Okay.
go. Just in case if I have no spell slots and people need healing.
All right. All right. So yes, the Grand Trader. It's right along the bottom. You see that giant, large blue cross-shaped building.
Yeah, I saw a pin appear there, and I figured that's what it was.
Okay. All right. So yeah, between Sybil and Saul and the staff, I've added a few things that would now be there. Okay. That need it. Okay. Anything else? You said you were asking about a garden, like an actual garden to go to and just look at plants, or
No, just someplace that's quote unquote natural to meditate in.
ah. Uh, so yes, the right near the apothecary there is that little looks like a bush. It's technically a small garden, uh, literally a resting area. There's also going to be back over by the eastern gate. There's just north of the entryway is another small area that is another garden for resting and meditation. You could also go to pretty much most of the temples are going to be spots that you could potentially go to.
Hmm. I just noticed that there was one just southwest of where we're staying as well. Is that
I wouldn't mind.
anything of?
That is actual trees.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind probably checking out the Fighters Guild if we can.
Yeah, of course you would.
Well, this is Andrakia, not
I know.
Derek. Okay. Just making sure everybody knows who it is.
I mean,
All
Derek
right.
would go too.
Yeah.
I mean, the Anvil and the Fighters Guild are kind of my two go-tos right
And
now.
I
As far as-
said I wouldn't mind accompanying you to the Anvil, so we could hit
Yeah.
that on the way back from the Anvil.
So Caleb will escort you. Who all is going where? Because he is technically assigned to Sybil, and the rest of you are just sort of with her.
Now, this our guard, is he part of the Fighters Guild or is he part of the militia? I don't think you said, I can't recall.
It's because they didn't say.
Considering his loadout, he almost sounds like an adventurer of some kind. Like usually guards will have like a main weapon and a backup weapon, possibly with a shield. This guy seems more than that.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't sure if he's militia or fighter's guild.
Yeah, Olin didn't say it, and this guy has yet to say a word.
I'll ask him. What's worse it's going to happen? He doesn't answer me.
You begin speaking, he pulls back his helmet to reveal a very scarred up face, and then opens his mouth to smile, and you see he has no tongue.
All right.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Someone has no tongue?
Yes, your guard.
Oh, okay.
Along with, he has a scar through his right eye, across his cheek, down his neck, and he's missing his tongue.
Now, where we're staying has access to food and stuff like that, right?
Yes, there is a restaurant. Your meals are covered at Dare to Lay Your Hand unless you go somewhere else. Uh,
Out of
the
morbid
fact that you're going to
curiosity.
converse with Caleb, he's very excited. He's not exactly chatty, but you can see that bright smile with no teeth is, well, with his like 6 teeth, is just happy as can be. He pulls out a coin, flips it, shows you it, and looks down.
I say to Caleb, did you, have you had any wish to be understood, to share something with us? Because we have ways of doing that if you wanted. If you just nod your head, you could let me know that there's stuff you wanted to express for maybe even a long time, and we would be happy to help you with that. Otherwise, your thoughts are your own.
You can see he just starts looking through his pockets, and you see he pulls out 2 bone dice, throws them on the floor, and tosses a coin on the floor and looks down.
Gambling downstairs?
And the bright smile, because he was looking a little frustrated at this point, but yeah, bright smile returns.
Hello. So he ignored my
does-
offer. He
He
ignored
does
my
do
offer.
one other thing. He pulls back the golden cloak to reveal on the side of his armor, almost towards the back, a small emblem. The emblem is a lion's head with 3 swords jammed into it.
Is there a possibility any of us know the significance of that?
Anybody could make a history check. History of Allrizen would be a much easier check.
All right, let me do that. History. Or not. uh, history. Wrong one. And I don't have history of Allrizen. All right.
All right. You guys
What?
did good enough. Gargan, you would note at least this from that. The lion is almost always affiliated with a fighter's guild. You're not quite sure the significance of the 3 swords, but you feel confident that he is definitely involved with a fighter's guild, even if it wasn't the one from Allrizen. Zin, you, with your knowledge, would also associate the fact that it's a lion to be a fighter's guild. And Sybil, that check would affiliate, not actually familiar with the significance of the lion, but upon seeing the 3 swords, you would see her shiver. And almost recoil a step.
Sybil, what's maybe we'll ask you that later. So I basically offered Caleb the opportunity to express himself, sort of.
He feels confident that he is able to express himself. He was frustrated that you didn't get him the first time.
All right, so there's nothing he wants me to share with his boss. Nothing he wants to.
Oh no, he's
good. All right.
Yes, Caleb, does the gambling go on all day?
And you just see him nodding his head.
Well, I think we could hit maybe an early lunch and then spend the half day maybe just visiting the stuff on this side of town and kind of consider what our other trips to the other side of town would be like to save time, because I'm assuming it's not a small town. You said it was the capital, so.
Yeah. Well, Andrake, I would remember from the last time he was here, it's about 3 hours to get from one side of the city to the other on foot. And that was when he was walking in a straight line, not having to work his way through a maze of buildings. That said, Sybil will be able to trim that time down a bit here and there. Yeah, she'll be able to shave 15 minutes off of every hour travel time.
Are we able to arrange a carriage, like say tomorrow, arrange a carriage to take us to the market and back in the evening? Would that save us any time?
If you're asking Caleb, he would just nod and give you a thumbs up that he could take care of that. So yeah, tomorrow morning he could arrange a carriage for you to get over to where the market is, because that's probably the furthest from where you are to the other end of town, and from the market it's only about a 30-minute walk to the Temple of the Great White Knight.
Well, I would say tonight or today is kind of just maybe the
Sticking
Fighters
to what's
Guild and the
nearby.
temple. Yeah, the Temple of the Anvil. Would the
Okay.
Temple of the Trader be too far for us, or?
No, not too far. You could get there in about 3 hours travel time on foot. Well, but with Sybil with you, she can trim that to about 2 hours. Pretty much everything else you want to go to is within a 30-minute walk or less from where you are. At least that you were talking about. The Fighters Guild, the Temple of the Great Anvil. If you had wanted to check out Wassels, it's literally 10 minutes to 10-15 minutes around the corner.
What's the second pin at our location?
Second one is the shop for Dear to Lay Your Hand.
Okay.
So where were you wanting to head first? Oh, right. You guys said you wanted to take an early lunch, right?
Yep.
Well, I figured that would be best is to eat some
All
food before we head out.
So yeah, you can grab early lunch. Go down. They'll show you to the main dining area, which all the tables have silk tablecloths, fairly well lit, fairly good fare. For a lunch menu, it would be, for the most part, chicken and vegetables, unless somebody wanted breakfast.
No, I'm good for lunch.
Okay. So yeah, they can take care of that before you head on your way. So where were you wanting to go first?
Actually, during lunch, I'm going to take out my special dessert, and
Okay.
I'm gonna see if anybody wants to join me in it.
So you have 3.
Yes.
Derek's always game for food.
So everyone, these particular desserts cost me a good bit of coin overall. These are the result of the preparation of the Feywild fruit that I purchased during the festival. Does anybody want to join me in having a tart?
I'll have a tart. Drake, I'll have a tart.
Yeah, Derek's game for food.
Okay.
Okay,
So unfortunately, those are the only 2 because I only have 3.
All right. So we'll cross those off. One second, let me bring them up again. So yeah, they are a bright blue colored custard tart. Like texture to the middle with a flaky pie crust around them. As soon as you bite into them, they are a mix of citrus and cherry and peach all blended together. Nothing overpowering one another, just it is arguably the most delicious thing any of you have ever had. And I need all 3 of you to roll a d12.
Ooh. 12.
10,
What are
11,
the
and
odds?
12. Okay, so what is it? 10 was who? Quark? 10 was Quark, 11 was Derark, and 12 was Drachii?
Yep.
Quark. Your skin starts to tingle a little bit. All over your entire body. Anybody looking at Quark, you notice he starts to grow a bluish purple fur. And then a tail sprouts out of his back.
Oh my god, yes.
You now look like a bluish purple furred cat standing your approximate same height with slightly more muscle and definition.
Interesting.
1 second, I'm gonna have to go through each of these. It all took them at the same time. Okay.
Oh, Mama's not gonna recognize you anymore.
Like a overpowered Cheshire cat.
Something like that, yeah. I'm gonna need.
Be work. So he could be like the Pink Panther or something.
Okay. Your legs did become slightly thinner, but more muscular. While this remains, you will have advantage on all dexterity checks.
Nice. That's straight dex checks or like anything related to dexterity?
Dexterity checks and dexterity-based skill checks.
Okay.
Drachii,
Yes.
you feel a slight bubbling sensation on your back. Followed by a quick stabbing pain. And all of you hear this weird sound before two butterfly wings burst through your chainmail sprouting from your back. Golden wings with a slight hue of red.
Oh, you're a beautiful butterfly.
Well, that's
I
something you don't
was,
see
I was
every day.
about to do that too. We read The Very Hungry Caterpillar to my daughter almost all the time. And I always try and do an impersonation of the caterpillar from Bug's Life. It's like, oh, that's all I could think of. Look, I'm a beautiful butterfly.
While this effect lasts, you have a fly speed of 20 feet.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And
How long do these
You're right.
effects last?
You don't know.
We haven't been
Oh.
told.
Sweet.
Okay. Oh. Derark.
Yep.
You feel just a lightness to your body, an airiness, and just feel very very at ease, very calm. The rest of you watch as Derek disappears.
Like just Derek or Derek and everything he's wearing?
Everything he's wearing.
Listen, where'd you go?
What do you mean?
Do we hear him?
Yes, you do.
Oh, great.
He
Oh,
doesn't
man, that's
teleport
cool.
anywhere. Right?
He actually just turned invisible.
If you're continuing to eat here at the table, going to pick anything else up, you watch as a fork lifts up and seems to float in the air.
Oh my goodness, can we play some pranks?
So yes, for the duration, Derek, you are invisible, as was anything that you were holding or wearing at the time, but nothing that you pick up since.
Good to know.
So don't eat anything.
I was going to say, if he puts something in his mouth, does it turn invisible?
Well, see, that would be the difference between is he invisible or did he turn transparent?
Yeah.
Because if he's
Going up
invisible, it would
towards his mouth,
disappear.
you would see it. It would, yes, if you start to eat it and your mouth opens, they would see it when it's being chewed, and then once you swallow, it would be gone, invisible.
Oh, that is horrifying to imagine.
Well, it's not so bad now, but in about 6 to 10 hours, it'll probably be a little more embarrassing.
Yeah, you guys got the 3 best rolls.
That's amazing.
Oh, while I'm like this, can I move equally well on 2 limbs as well as 4?
Actually, if you drop down to run on all 4, your speed increases by 5 feet.
Cool.
Sweet.
Gonna
You
be a
said
little
I
bit
have-
awkward visiting the Fighters Guild invisible.
Yeah, or visiting the temple.
Well, you can always put on your robes over your.
Sybil
'Cause if you-
Souls in. Do you have makeup to put on him?
I wish.
I mean, Sybil, I would think would have a disguise kit, but I could be wrong.
Okay, and then I do have one question that I probably should have asked at the beginning.
Yeah.
My new nose ring. Do I need to have it attuned to use the abilities on it? And if so, is it already attuned?
Inventory. It does require to be attuned. You didn't state that you were attuned, but yes, you could have attuned it any time in the past week.
Yeah, because I didn't know what was required. It's just being worn, or
Oh, well, yeah, if you actually click on the little dragon head for it, it does state requires attunement.
okay, yeah, I see that. um, I mean, was there anything special that I need to do to attune it, or?
It's just actively taking about an hour's time to focus your thoughts into
Oh, okay.
attuning to it.
Then yeah, I mean that's definitely something I would have. I didn't realize I needed to do that.
Yeah, easiest way to check if something needs attuning, if you actually look at the inventory sheet, it'll have that little dot under the attuned section.
Yeah, I noticed that, so that's why I asked.
Yeah, anything that requires attunement will have that little dot. Anything that doesn't will just have that dash, meaning that it doesn't need to be attuned.
Okay, so can we say I attuned it then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to ask about my signet ring as well.
I was saying Drake. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think we got my signet ring identified the same time we did with the nose ring, so I probably would have put it on to attune it.
Yeah, you could have. I figured when you got it identified, because they all noted that it required attunement. So if you've attuned, you've attuned.
Okay.
And the invigorating trait, is that similar to what just happened to me as well? Where it basically says I have advantage on ability checks made with strength or dexterity.
Yes, so you would still get the extra benefit of the strength one, but the dexterities are basically just overlapping.
Yeah, no, I know for this one, but I mean, in the future, once
In the
the
future,
thing wears off, what you described for my advantage for dexterity checks, is that going to be the same for this?
Yes, you would have advantage for
So
the same.
ability checks, saves, and skill checks.
One sec. Let me double check the invigorate. That's on your sheet. I believe it does state.
It just says ability checks.
Yeah, so ability and skill.
Ability and skill. Okay. Just wanted that clarified before it becomes an issue.
Okay. All right.
I had one more question about my ring.
Yeah.
It says that if I die, my spirit can go inside the ring.
Yes.
How can I see if there's a spirit already inside?
You could try and. Sec. Where's the.
Because it says I can telepathically communicate to somebody if I'm in the ring. I don't know if I can communicate the same way if there's something already in the ring or not.
The ring already has 85 souls in it.
Yeah, it doesn't really say how many souls can be in this thing, so kind of curious.
Uh, oh, where'd my stuff go? Uh, you could attempt to make a wisdom check to focus your mind into seeing if something's in it.
Okay, let me do that. Is that just straight wisdom?
Yep. You push your will into it and keep pushing, and you don't really sense anything.
That's good. I just didn't want to ring him. Hello. It's like, who are you?
Okay. Okay, so 11:30. Where are you heading?
Well, my plans have kind of been
I
hijacked because I'm invisible now. So unless that wears off, I mean, my 2 stops are gonna have to wait.
Honestly, I'm gonna head outside to that little grove of trees across the way and see how easy it is to climb trees.
Make an acrobatics check. You launch yourself up this tree, and in a matter of seconds, you are 30 feet up to the top of it.
I'm just gonna take a look around.
So if we're at the garden, does that mean we're at the associated apothecary?
It's no, the garden is the garden would be just no, you're not at the garden. You're literally it's just trees. There's some trees that grow just outside of where the thing is. That's what that little dirt patch with the bush on it is.
Okay. Do we have to call a fireman to get him down?
I'm gonna see if I can jump to an adjacent tree.
Give me another acrobatics check. You're gonna need a 20. Yeah, you sort of perch yourself back and launch yourself and fling yourself over to the next tree. The rest of you are watching this purplish blur leap and bound in and around these trees.
This is awesome!
So where are you wanting to go next?
I still want to check out the Fighters Guild, but one of the people that wants to go is invisible, so.
Well, he can go. He can still join you there.
Hey, Derek, are you still wanting to go to the Fighters Guild?
I mean, we can go, but
Oh, I'll join you.
don't know
I'll
how
go
well
too.
the interaction's gonna go talking to an invisible guy. They might think I'm stealing.
It could be great. It could be great.
We'll just put an outfit on him and go. Fine.
Just pretend he's our imaginary friend. Let's do.
Just bring a chair.
Who's it there? I'm gonna try and fly a little bit to get there.
I'll
All
go to
right.
the Fighters Guild too.
Like, I'm not gonna go the full 20 feet. I'm just gonna go probably about 5 feet in the air and then just like fly. Because who knows when I'll be able to get this chance again.
And I'll submit we probably should all just go as a group to wherever people want to go. Considering this town and only one Caleb.
To be fair, we
I'm sorry.
will have somebody that.
Okay, so who all is going?
I think Guardian was trying to get a consensus of maybe we should all go together.
Yeah.
Just to make it safer.
And realistically, we're not going to be able to simultaneously do anything anyway for obvious reasons. So might as well just all go together to wherever they're going.
Yeah, I'm good with anybody that wants to come.
Sure. Might as well.
Sol only wants to go so she can see what happens when Derek starts talking to people.
And maybe smooth things over.
I know Sybil will just want to watch the chaos, so she's going.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, anybody making their way over, you make your way down the road to the Fighters Guild.
On our way there, I'm going to, at some point, slide up next to Saul and kind of push my head into her hand.
Quark? I pat his head, I guess.
All right. So yeah, you make the.
How hard would it be for me to carry somebody while flying?
Depends on if you can lift them. What's your carrying capacity?
Let's see what I got. Let me just pull that up. Where is that located?
That would pretty much be your max incumbents. Because
Inventory.
lift, push, or drag is more like literally just being able to move it like 5 feet.
Okay.
So you're carrying 91 pounds worth of stuff on you right now. So they would have to, them and their gear would have to come up to about 100 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you could jettison some of the weight you're carrying.
Yeah, I don't think so. When we're in an area that is not really good to be unarmed when you're going around here.
Oh, and you said you were attuned now, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just checked it to make sure that it's showing. Okay. All right. Making your way, the harrowing trek to the Fighters Guild, all of about 10 minutes away. Make your way over. You come to a sturdy 3-story building that looks like it belongs to royalty. You can't help but see the great giant sign of the Fighters Guild. You do note that the symbol above the sign is of a lion's head with a bow and a staff in an X behind it.
Are there any like guards outside, or is it just a door?
Oh, let's see here. Standing out front, you do come across a half-giant male who stands about 7.5, 8 feet tall. More than a little underweight, almost getting dangerously thin, with a constant scowl. Sort of leaning up against the doorway.
I'll probably go up and introduce myself and ask if we're allowed to enter the Fighters Guild.
See, he stops, his expression doesn't change as he looks you over and just goes, "Who is your affiliation?"
I come from the college. We're here on a weekend trip.
As he starts to look over your group, your wings definitely jump out at him. Then the giant purple cat.
I'm walking on two legs at this point now.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes it better.
The Barney the dinosaur colored cat. Yeah, that's the least of his worry is that you're walking on two legs.
You see, he just wipes his eyes for a second and then takes a second look and realizes that's actually a thing he's seeing. He just nods and goes, "You'll have to speak to Lone Hunter." And just shoves the door open and steps inside. Who's going in?
I'll go in.
I'm going in, but I'm going to take a moment to spend a key point to prepare my radiant salutation.
I'll go
Okay.
into.
I'll go in with them, but yeah, I'm not going to say much as of yet.
Yeah, the invisible guy, probably a good idea.
Same here, and try to be invisible.
All right. As you go in, you see that he starts making his way over to another half giant. this one a female who appears to be working on some very precise sword movements, practicing almost delicate maneuvers in just perfect placement, and every so often reaches into her pocket and then back out. You see he goes over to her, hesitates to interrupt, and after a few minutes of seeing she's not stopping, he eventually clears his throat. Making her turn, and he right. She will sort of follow his head nod to the pack of you. As she makes her way, takes the sword that was in her hand and sort of chucks it towards a bin that was at the side and jams it into it. Makes her way over and just sort of eyes note on Quark for a second and just to Andrakii and just looking over the group before her eyes land on Derark with almost a scowl. What games do you play here?
No games. The goblin fed us a mysterious food, and now I'm invisible.
You see she's looking around. Where did you meet this goblet?
I'm
At
standing
school.
right here. I decided to have dessert for lunch, and we just had some side effects.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. Okay. She contemplates this for a second and then just very well. Welcome to the Fighters Guild of Allrizen. Do you seek membership? And the scowl completely gone, her eyes light up and a huge smile across her face.
Would we know what the fighters skills are for, or is that kind of something that we're not aware of?
Based on your checks earlier, you would know fighters guilds are primarily they'd be a place where somebody might go to recruit adventurers that were skilled in the ways of physical armament and to train in those skills. But beyond that, you don't really have much knowledge about them.
We come to learn more of the fighter skill. I am, as you cannot see, a dwarf who loves the way of combat. And a few of my other compatriots are decently versed in the way of the weapon.
Myself, I am a weapon. I prefer unarmed.
Uh, so you say. Ivana, come test a new applicant. And you watch as a 2.5 foot tall female gnome just sort of casually saunters out, skipping along. Uh, she sort of just gazes up at the lot of you and turns to look at Lone Hunter and just says, "Which?" Before she just points at Quark. Quark, what do you do?
Well, does the gnome react to Lone Hunter's pointing?
Just follows the point to you and nods, beaming a big bright smile with these big doe eyes.
And what sort of test did you have in mind?
One hit. Whichever of you lands first.
In that case, I'll basically try to spring forward from a stand and see if I can get in close immediately.
Okay. I'm trying to remember what your thing does again.
Which thing?
The thing you just prepared before you went in.
So it has two effects. If I choose to release it, it's a ranged radiant attack. But it doesn't. It essentially doesn't have any passive effects other than when I use the attack, I also heal.
Okay.
But this isn't something that I would, use that because she's looking for essentially combat test.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check to try and get in on her.
Wow.
So apparently outdoors with all these trees, you're great. You go to launch yourself off the floor and sort of trip over your tail
I'm not used to having a tail.
and half faceplant. You saw her fists raise up like she was getting ready to fight, and then upon seeing this, just sort of
So I actually did drop prone, or no?
not quite prone, but you stumble and don't quite. You're not going to get automatic first attack, so you will be rolling initiative to see who goes first.
Okay. And that's what we do now.
Yeah, roll your initiative. What's going on? Oh. All right, so she'll be going first. Uh, so she's all right. So just a Yeah, that's a miss. She simply goes in and not even really a punch. It was more so after seeing you stumble, she just went to basically poke you to see if you would fall over. And per the rules, knowing that just making contact is a thing, you just sort of shift out of the way. And her second attack. As she realizes you're actually trying something now, doesn't go much better as she tries to kick out at you, but while her about 8-inch legs don't quite get that far. And finally, God, that is some poor. Did I not get a 10? You watch as she then just finally gives in and throws a back fist at you and misses again. You're up.
Now, when you said dex-based skills, I'm guessing that doesn't include attacks.
No.
Okay.
So yeah, you throw a punch at her and she easily ducks under it.
I'll try a second attack.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like if it strikes, I'm reducing the power so that it's non-lethal damage.
You try and do the same thing she did and launch a back fist at her and just she easily sidesteps it.
Okay.
Okay. Going back the other way. That's still not a hit, is it?
Actually, that does a tie hit?
Yes. I thought you had a higher AC than that. I don't know why.
No, 17.
All right. Yeah, she throws her full weight back and lands right into your gut. And for just half a second, you can feel the impact hit you. Before you almost feel the entire blow reverberate back and see she starts jumping up and down for joy. All giddy and just goes, I want to play with the furry kitty again. Before the half giant just sort of pats her on the head and says, another time. You do have some skill. What is it you are seeking from the guild? Is there anything that you're actually specifically seeking from them, or
I think we're just kind of exploring and saying what they were about, what they had to offer.
Like, is there any sort of like registration, like tests that we need to do? Anything like that? Would
You
it be?
have proven your competence to at least begin the trials. Uh, Anyone else would still need to prove what they're capable of.
Prove yourself is in combat.
Combat is one way. Skill is
I-
another.
I would definitely love to prove myself, but I feel I have an unfair advantage.
And that is?
That I am invisible at the moment. That is not my normal state.
And you can see she just sort of looks at you and goes, I can see you just fine. If you would like to play a game.
I am
Oh,
always in for a game of skill.
Uh, you can see she goes over and retrieves a belt with her weapons on it before drawing forth a very well-made short sword and a long sword that leaves a trail of almost icy smoke behind it.
Those are some mighty fine weapons you have.
uh, I shall give you two options. One, we play a game 2-for-1 until one yields. You come at me twice for every blow I strike at you. Second, and she just sort of points over to what basically looks like a wooden fighting mannequin that probably would be to test your skill. Like, almost like a fighting dummy for somebody to test their martial arts on. You simply break one limb in 3 tries.
Never been much for dummies, so I shall take the first.
Okay.
The way Derek would think.
Oh, all right. All right. Let me get rid of that initiative. Roll your initiative.
Yeah, it's gonna be painful, but hey.
Oh, she's up first.
Oh, I bet.
Oh. And before she even goes to strike, she does simply yell out, Summer Bend, be ready. Alright, so
Not gonna hit. That'll hurt.
alright, so she slashes first with her longsword, which you manage to just evade. Swung back with the short sword, which you again evaded, but she caught you on the backswing with the longsword across your chest, and then almost like she misjudged how close you would be for the short sword. Just you heard this as the short sword drug across your armor. Uh, wait. There would have been another dice from the crit. Okay. Uh, that was her go. Your go.
All right. Probably not.
No.
And then I will do second wind. Not very much, but hey, it's better than nothing.
Okay. That's the end of your turn?
I only get one attack at the moment.
Yep. To her 4. Okay, so
Nope, it's an 18.
yeah, I know.
Okay. Ouch.
Ooh. Alright, so this time she slashes out with the long sword, misses the short sword, and trying to rend you apart, both miss. And coming back the other way, both catch you across the body for as you drop to the ground, the rest of you watch as Summer Bend. Tiny little halfling girl comes running out and just dumps a potion down your throat. Wow. I thought that would have done a lot more to heal you up. But yeah, you So yeah, they do get you back up, and she just looks at you still wounded and just looks at the little halfling. Who just sort of is yawning and just, upon realizing that they were in trouble, look back down at you, grab another potion, and tries again. Alright, that's better. And then offers you a hand to help you up.
That was a rather expensive test.
She looks at you and... Oh, go ahead.
I see I have much more to learn.
She just looks at you and says, I fought wars coming here from the old country. He tries to size you up and guess your age and just sort of... Perhaps in time you will know the same.
Perhaps. I look forward to such adventures.
Is he still invisible?
He's still invisible.
So I'm going over to where his clothing is. So how you feeling there, buddy? I cannot see how you're doing.
All you can basically see is the blood splatter around it, because that's now something that was not there when it started. Sort of the blood splatter around him.
I actually feel better than I did after those hits.
Well, that's nice to hear.
Then she looks at Andrachii and says, do you wish to test your worth?
I'll give her a go.
Best of luck. I'll be rooting for you.
I appreciate it. Now, how high are the ceilings in here? In the room that we're in? Or are we outside?
You are inside. The ceilings in here are... Uh, 30 feet.
Yeah, because I just want to judge the area, because now I can fly. So that might be helpful if I have to back off.
Is Soul
Get some-
still around?
Saul, you there?
I was going to say, I don't think Soul said she was coming in with us, did she?
Sorry. Sorry. The mic was off and I...
Did you go to the Fighters Guild? I can't remember.
I thought like we were going as a group.
I thought, because you guys wanted to do your little tour. It's the Fighters Guild was just the first place that the majority wanted to go.
Yeah, then I would be there with them because like I was one of the first to agree that we go with the group. So I was like wondering, did we split at some point? Did I miss it?
No,
I didn't know if she went in.
remember who all was actually going inside the Fighters Guild.
I think the only other person that I know for a fact confirmed is Zin.
Ah, okay.
Right now, she's just AFK. She's taking the dogs out.
Okay.
Because if Saul's in here observing, I'm gonna go over and stand next to her.
Okay.
Alright. Enrico, roll for initiative.
Okay.
And please, for the love of God, stop it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm dying. Oh, that's just grand.
That's a bad omen.
Oh, when it comes to combat, single it usually is. I don't know why I agreed to this because yeah. Okay. Proceed. Watch this last 5 seconds.
Oh. Alright. First one with the long sword.
It's a 13.
Comes through with a slash across the chest. With the short sword. Misses. Second swing with the long sword.
That's it. Well, that didn't last very long.
Yeah, I'm not even rolling this because I know it's going to put you under, and she will just have the little halfling administer another potion. There we go.
Just pretty much pushes me over at this point.
Yeah, she just goes. You were less fun. Two of you, at least so far, are intriguing. Who else wishes to play? Saul, you were just there. You weren't looking to join the Fighters Guild, right?
If everyone else was trying, I might as well try too, since like.
Okay.
Yeah.
She turns to you and says, "The same offer. Come at me," or points over to the little mannequin. "Break a limb."
Okay. There.
Which option are you going for?
I think her or him.
You're going for her? Okay. Roll for initiative.
Hey, that sucks.
Swings through with the long sword, and just drives it across your chest. Backhand with the short sword misses. The second swing with the long sword. And yeah, she'll just call over the little halfling to.
So yeah, that I was hoping that if it was if I got first initiative, I could.
Oh yeah, if you had gotten first initiative, it could have been something.
But that was a sucky roll. So
So down 5. Okay. At this point, she just sort of looks at the group and goes, I feel this fight might not be quite fair.
dang, huh?
So, next up, I love that the owl happens to be the next in initiative.
And I believe the owl would just go piff.
Summerbend, you are up there. And the little halfling who's been bringing out all these potions is just sitting here yawning and just big stretch like, what? Shrugs and she pulls out a hand axe and just sort of looks around. Who? Zin's not back yet. Would Sybil try? Yeah, well, especially after Soul just got hurt. Yeah, Sybil would try.
Thank you, Sybil.
All right. Initiative. Not that weird. Am I just blind or? There. Okay, and even the half-asleep halfling is going to go first. And yeah, that will definitely connect. Sort of hacking at Sybil's knee. And a counter with. Oh, that ain't gonna work. Just whiffing with a wide swing over the halfling's head. And sidestepping the halfling's hand axe, now knowing where the attacks are probably going to be coming. Where is... Oh, nothing in there. I have to look back. Okay. All right, that'll hit. Striking forward with the short sword and stabbing her in the shoulder, and oh, this will be bad. Okay. Oh yeah, this is gonna be bad. She counters back with sort of a revved up whirlwind, trying to take out both of Sybil's knees this time. Close. Well, good. So we can hit at least. Stabbing her in the other shoulder, and now to find out. That's probably going to be it. Yep, that'll drop Sybil. And she runs over and dumps another potion in Sybil's mouth. And then goes and sits down, yawning again and stretching out on the floor. So unless Zin's gonna try, if she's back.
I think she's still outside with the dogs.
Okay.
I can see if she has her phone and just let you roll.
Okay.
Well, it is good to see how our team does measure up in the real world.
Well, to be fair, Sybil's at a slight disadvantage to even the rest of you.
Yeah, I know.
And I did not expect that many people to willingly fight Lone Hunter. I have a feeling she's going to try. I just need to know if she would try and fight the little halfling or try and break a limb off of the fighting dummy.
Let's go halfling.
You want to go on the halfling too? All right. Roll for initiative. Oh, God. That sounds about right. So she charges at you with her hand axe and tries to chop off a toe. And does not quite come back successful on that. You're up.
Oh my gosh, there we go. I'm not muted anymore. Holy paladin actions, Batman. Where did all those come from?
Oh,
Okay, well,
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, some of these are not supposed to be here. It
okay.
added every single subclass's channel divinity for you.
Okay. I was wondering because I looked, I was like, holy Hannah.
All right, which ones are the right ones here? Definitely not that. Definitely not that. I know not that.
Oh, I should have waited for you. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Oh, that'll hit.
Do damage now, DD?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, you come back with the halberd and that into this tiny little 2.5 foot tall halfling.
Thought she was a gnome.
No, the gnome was the one that was with Quark. The halfling
Gotcha.
that was running the potions is the one that the last of you have been going up against. Yeah, she
Busy.
is hurt pretty bad from that. I'll have to go through and figure out which ones are not supposed to be there after.
Okay.
Uh, all right.
You need a drink? It's full of water. You're fine. Good job. So anything with a star is mine. Actually mine.
No, not really. It's in fact, I think the only two you were supposed to get are actually not even there.
Oh, okay. No, I was supposed to pick something last session, but I just was really really not feeling good.
Yeah, no worries. I knew what yours was going to be. It was your talent was the only thing I didn't know.
I'll have to go through talent options.
Okay.
Excuse me.
All right. Don't have anything coded to them, but at least you have that piece now. Did this come over? This did. Okay.
Oh, there we go. That looks a little less intimidating.
Yes, and I had to fix it because from your other thing, your dark vision is actually 90 feet now. Okay. Yeah, she'll be able to make her next strike. Still trying to lop off a toe and cannot get through your armor. You're up.
I feel very bad now.
Why? Because she has an axe that's about the size of a steak knife that's trying to hack away at your chainmail.
I feel like this is a little one-sided at this point.
Oh, it's one-sided, all right.
Oh, yep, that'll hit too. Oh, as yeah, you blast into her with the halberd again, and she is looking rough now. Maybe against you we should have put somebody else. Oh, never mind.
Oh, okay. Well, there goes my toe. Or my face, one or the other.
She takes a running step and just sort of throws full force, hacking at your knee, and you definitely feel a bite into the tissue there. You're up.
I don't even know if
If what?
if I had any spells or even if it's worth it.
You have all of your spells. And your lay on hands.
Let's do. Just in case.
Okay, so that's going to be your action?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your pool up to? So, so you can get back to full with that.
Okay.
Okay. And she will take another big swing. That doesn't hit, does it? Oh, that does. Wait, that hit? Oh, wait. I think your inventory still has you not in your armor. Yeah, your LBD would be back at the
19?
dorms, probably. Your LBD?
Yeah. Well, it was torn to shreds. I gotta get Miss Von Hopper to sew it up.
Yeah. So, now that you have your correct armor on, does that hit? No, that doesn't. Okay. All right, you're up.
Let's do. I'm trying to figure out. Let's do this. So then, next time you hit with a melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, attack deals 1 extra 1d6 psych damage.
Okay. Yeah, so roll to hit.
That was a spell. How do I roll to hit a spell?
Yeah. No, it's a bonus action, so that just takes effect.
Oh, okay. So I like go to hit with my halberd now.
Yeah, with your actual
Okay.
weapon.
Sorry.
And that will not hit.
Yeah.
Okay. He takes another swing. That misses.
Oh, son of a.
That misses. As you two just take turns swinging her wide and you high.
Oh
And
my
again,
gosh.
she misses trying to lop off the toe.
Stay away from my toes. Come on.
Oh, that'll hit. So deal your damage, and then this would deal an extra. From the smite, it deals an extra 1d6 psychic.
How do I roll a one?
Oh, just
1d6?
roll a d6. Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
I don't think the effect actually took on there like it was supposed to. That's how. Okay. So yeah, the blow certainly made her look winded, and then you watch as she sort of screams out and drops.
Is she okay? I feel bad now.
She'll be fine. You watch as upon seeing this, the gnome who fought Quirk comes running out and dumps a potion down the halfling's throat. Okay. And Lone Hunter just looks you all over and goes, "What wonderful new playthings."
I'm sorry. Did she just say what wonderful new playthings?
Yes.
I'll probably just look at her and be like, I beg your pardon.
She just looks at you with a smile and goes, "Three of you very much amuse me. If you are looking to join, the administration fee is 50 gold pieces, and then 5% of your earnings through the guild thereafter."
Would that be 50 gold for the party or per person?
Per person.
Does anybody need help with gold? Because I have like just over 100.
I don't think anybody does.
Okay, just a thought.
You're making me wonder who's the richest of us now.
Oh no, trust me, it's not me. I have 109, but I just wanted to know just in case if someone was a little shy.
Well, to be fair, Lone Hunter, I'm not normally this feline. I'm actually most of the time a goblin. So I don't think it would be fair for me to register as I am now. though I am interested. At the moment, we are students of the college. Does that factor into this at all?
You can see she thinks of what year?
We all here are first year.
Then I will not waste your time for now, as the guild could have required you to not just take your voluntary actions, but we occasionally do have required servitude. However, when your year ends, if you are still in the area and alive, do come back.
Well, we appreciate the offer. It's been fun spreading our. I glance over at Andrekiai wings today.
All right. Say between all the fights and the healing thereafter and determining who's going to fight, we got up to about there. So it's about 12:30. So where were you looking to go next?
I kind of want to follow Andrakei wherever he goes to admire the wings.
Trying to remember now. Was your next stop supposed to be the temple, or was it the apothecary? Temple's probably closer.
That's fine with me. I didn't want to visit the Temple of the Trader until tomorrow anyway.
Okay. This is the Temple of the Great Anvil, I thought that a few of you had mentioned you wanted to go to. Was that the next stop you were planning? I'm trying to remember.
Originally, yeah, but I'm invisible, so I can't. I mean, I guess I could try to interact with the staff there without confusing them too much.
All right, 1 second. Okay.
I mean, I guess could always rub dirt in my face.
I mean, you could. Otherwise, if you wanted to wait and make tomorrow more of the temple day, because I know Quark wants to go see the Temple of the Grand Trader, and there's down along the southern wall here, there are other temples.
I mean, we could swing by the apothecary. Maybe they have something to take away the invisibility. Who
Okay.
knows?
So yeah, you make your way over there. That'll be. Yeah, you can get there in another 15 because this was basically a process. No, 15 to get back there. So yeah, about 30. No, 20 minutes to get back over to the apothecary. As you approach, the apothecary is laid out with a small fenced-in garden in the back, and the shop up front. Sign out front simply says Wassels Apothecary and More. As you enter, you see a rather stout-looking halfling sitting behind a counter, playing with various contraptions on what looks to be an alchemy kit of some sorts on the table behind the counter. Okay. Upon making your way in, you eventually see him turn, and he regards you with a simple nod and says, "Welcome to Wassels. I am Wassel." What are you looking for? So if you do open it up, he does have the store there that you can buy directly from, or if you're looking to buy more in bulk, you could try and negotiate with him.
I don't see his shop. I see Waldo's oddities and autocracies, but not
Okay.
not Wazzle's.
Alright, 1 second.
I can open it, but the dragon's head doesn't show me anything.
Yeah, that's my secret.
1 sec. I think I have to actually. Well, there we go. Sorry, I forgot he's one of the few ones that isn't in the area you were in. Oh, and that might have helped too. Actually share the shop for...
No, looks like it works now.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I had done the ones from the market, but I hadn't done the ones for some of the other areas. Okay.
You're pretty familiar with the fruits that look like tiny raspberries.
Fruit that looks like tiny raspberries?
Yep. Wasn't that the one we had when we went on the hunt for the viper squirrels? Or is that a different fruit?
That might be a different fruit. I think that was literally just berries you had.
Oh, gotcha.
Because you were trying to use them to coax animals with just random like piles of berries. That said, if anybody is familiar with proficient in nature, I should say, or herbalism, you can have to make a check, and I'll see how many things you happen to identify.
Well, while I'm not proficient yet, I have been training in nature. Would that count?
Yeah. You are permitted to use it, as I've said before, due to the amount of hours you've already logged.
Hmm.
You just don't get a proficiency bonus to add it.
Right. Okay, I'd like to try and identify the creeper vine, the one at the top.
Oh,
Um, have I trained enough in herbalism to give it a try too?
yes,
And what kind of check would it be?
because I'll allow you to roll it as well, because technically when you get back from your trip, you will have completed your studies. So you've already gotten the hours, and you just don't get credit for it until the start of the week.
So it's a nature check.
Yep.
Wow.
All right. And Gargan, which one were you looking at? The berries you said?
Let's see. I didn't, so maybe just go in order from the top.
Okay.
Because I had misunderstood. I thought you were gonna bait. I thought you said based on our roll, you'll see how many we.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. So,
So
all
whichever,
right. So,
whatever was like closest to nice shot, I suppose.
yeah. Uh, that, not that. Nope. That is though. This, yeah, you're already perfect. You are pretty sure you already knew what both of these are now. That one. You'll know that. That. Okay, not that one. Ah, come on. That one. Okay. There we go. With your collective efforts, the thing should now show a number of them that are actually identified. And Wasil can answer questions about some of the others if you want. Okay. So let me know if there's anything you need answers for there.
Yep, reading.
Okay. Oh, sorry,
think we'll-
there's one more you would have got. There we go.
Well, the libel, that looks like a nice bargain. I think we should buy all 13.
Wow.
How do I?
It's a caveat to that fruit or that herb.
Is there?
Yeah, it's only good if you take minor damage.
See that?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. What's that? Oh, I see. Yeah, send it back.
So yeah, currently would do about 3
Yeah.
for most of you.
So that's only from that. That's not. I missed that. That's not damage caused by combat.
No, it can be, but if you take like a minor hit, it'll heal a minor hit, but only a minor hit.
Now, by the time you're up to like level 10 or 12, it could do a significant amount. Well, maybe not a significant, but a noticeable amount.
I mean, if we're planning on having anybody else die of the calcina cream, it would be possibly helpful. Not that any of us plan on dying.
Same with the infusion of Palmath. I mean, of the stuff that we've identified, not really interested in anything here.
Okay.
At least not personally.
I guess the +2 save against poison may not be terrible.
What was that, Gargan?
I was saying the potion that gives +2 saves against poison might not be too bad.
Which potion?
It's not. I guess it's not a potion. The plant. Millort. Are we buying the infusion or getting just the flowers? We would have to make the infusion.
I think that would be up to you guys that are able to even craft potions.
I'm just curious what we're buying. When we buy a Millort, is it the actual infusion or is it the raw material?
Well, the Millord is just the flower.
Okay. I was just curious, like what would I know what I would if I'm able to make an infusion of this or
You have your herbalism kit, right? Proficiency?
I'm not proficient. I think I'll be proficient like
Yeah, you'll be proficient after the weekend. So you could make a simple herbalism check. So for you, that would be. I gotta find.
and that's what I would have to do once I have the ability. It would make a check each time to make an infusion of this stuff.
Well, yeah, it'd be crafting to actually make something. And that would be a wisdom check. Well, wisdom based, I should say. So once you have it and you're proficient, it would be a +3 modifier.
Oh. All right, I'll buy 2.
Okay. Where are you off to after you leave there? I don't know if the plan was to head back to Dare to Lay Your Hand or to go somewhere else.
I mean, it's the middle of the afternoon. If we're going to be visiting any other shops, we probably should do it now.
Other ones are within walking distance that you would have been told about or had it mentioned. Would be directly straight up past the gate here to Secondhand and Simon's.
I'm gonna ask if Gargan wanted to go to the Grand Library. That's a little bit of a walk, but
Anyway,
Yeah, from where you are, you'll be looking at about a just over a 2-hour walk to get there.
That's if Gargan wants to go. I have no idea. I'm just kind of asking.
Or you'll have the carriage tomorrow taking you guys around.
Nope. Even I on vacation, I'm not going to go to the library unless there was some sort of unless there's some mission-driven reason. Not even Gargon would go to the library on vacation.
Not that I'm aware of that you had one specifically that you needed to go there for.
Or if Soul's looking for another risque book to read.
Oh, that might actually be one other shop that I was forgetting. Nope. So yeah, unless you guys are wanting to go to the library, the next stop probably would be those two shops just north of the gate.
And I'm up for
Sounds good to
whatever as
me.
far as browsing
Okay.
them and stuff. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pop off here in a second. Go to work.
All right. So yeah, you got secondhand treasures and Simons.
Yep.
Simon's shop is not accessible.
Simon's shop is not technically a shop. It is just there so you
Gotcha.
know where it's located.
Okay, that's
It
fine.
is basically when you go in, you will be greeted by Simon as he will go over what he has and the prices. Some of it you'll recognize. Blackroot, he has falsifiable maceration, a shine infusion, Dramelon infusion, bar infusion, Waduro potions.
I would
And
probably. Sorry,
the
didn't
Rose
mean.
Hollow.
Kind of interested. I was looking at the stuff that you can find at the secondhand treasures.
Yeah.
Kind of interested in the katana. Which, if we go that way, because I think we said we were going there, so.
Yeah, you were talking about going there, so the shop is run by a bright red-haired female gnome whose hair is a mess of tangles, named Oda. She can definitely tell you more about some of this. Effectively, this is, to a certain extent, a pawn shop.
Hang on, I'm trying to remember what languages I have, because it says it has Elven written on it. And I believe that's one of my languages, if I'm not mistaken. Abilities. Yeah, Elvish. Am I able to read the Elven that's on the blade?
Yeah, one second. Let me see what it says.
If they'll let me read it, that is. It could be, hey, you have to pay for that first.
Uh, the script does not appear to be proper Elven. Uh, roughly the way you could read it, it would loosely translate to the wall hanger.
That's all. The wall hanger.
Yep.
uh, so it's probably not worth the price that I'd have to pay for it. Because it could be fake. Am I able to like physically look at it, or is it just by eye?
Unless there's another katana.
It says a katana resting on a wall mount.
Yeah, and the price
Yeah.
is there.
Yeah, 13 gold pieces, but I was wondering if I'm able to look, like physically look at it and get Derek to kind of take a gander.
Make an intelligence check.
Sure. Oh, intelligence, wrong spot.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So it's just it's the wall hanger. All right, well that's it for me. I don't think I want to buy it without knowing what it is. If they're like, because if it's fake, all I'm going to do is what, hang it on the wall in my dorm. That's about it.
Zen, Saul, and Quark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need three of you to make perception checks.
And what are we percepting?
Well, let's find out what you actually see. Okay, you're all basically around the same. All right. As you're going through the aisles, the three of you note a set of 7 nesting dolls. As you walk by them, the images seem to animate. Their eyes follow you as you walk about the room, and their mouths form words but no sound.
Any chance of us reading what they're saying?
Are let's see here. Staying focused on them. You can attempt an intelligence check to just figure out what they're saying, or see if you can figure out any of it. Nope.
Nope.
Uh, so yeah, unless anybody else has anything they're looking for here. Or anything specifically that they were wanting to grab from next door at Simon's from the items I mentioned.
I might be interested in purchasing a Wadero potion.
Okay. He has four in stock, 20 gold each. Or he'd be willing to do all four for 75.
Really, that's all. Uh-huh. I'll just get one for now.
Okay. Here's our work. Come on. Why is it not wanting to add your sheet? Oh, you've already got one somewhere else in your one of the bags you left back at the room. That's why. Okay.
Yeah, it's I have one. Yeah.
So I'll have to add it to your.
I mean, 20 gold for one of those, that is shockingly cheap. Considering the description of the one that I already have.
Oh, that's why. One sec. There we go. All right. So yeah, you got that now.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yeah, secondhand treasures.
Yeah, at secondhand treasures. What is it?
44.
44?
Because I don't really. Yeah, it's 44 gold.
Oh. The purple suit?
Yeah. It's because I realized, I don't really have dress clothes. It's a well-made purple suit. Maybe I can get Miss Fawnhopper to look at it when we get back.
All right. So are you looking to buy it, or were you looking to try and negotiate a bit?
All right, negotiate. See how this works for me.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
Yep.
Did I just hear a Power Rangers sound effect in the background?
Yes, you did. That's my my text message ringtone.
I am so sorry.
Oh, and I and I am not getting anything off this suit. What is with me
No.
rolling natural ones?
I don't know, because that's a couple you've done. So yeah, it's 44 if you want it.
All right, I guess I'm gonna have to pay the 44. Now, if I just click buy, I should buy it.
Yep.
Okay.
Only it'll take the gold off your sheet.
Okay. And that should be in my inventory, correct?
Yes. That was in Drake, yeah, right?
Yeah. I didn't take the money off of me, and I don't have it in my inventory.
No, one sec.
It might have went to the party inventory.
All right, let me check if it went there, because it's saying you bought 0 items for blank. So I think it just didn't go through.
Oh, maybe. All right, let me try again.
I can just drag it over to you. That's no issue.
Okay, I was just gonna try again, see if it
Okay.
works. Because if it doesn't work, that's a bigger issue.
Yep, that time it worked.
Oh. Thank- Cool. Now I got a purple suit.
All right. Uh, All right. Anyone have anything else in this immediate area?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So I don't know what the plan was from here. If it was just to try and wander or to go back to the inn. Tomorrow morning, you'll have the carriage taking you over to the market.
What time is it now?
It's like 2:30 in the afternoon.
We could go back and see if there's anything interesting at the.
I mean, I think I remember them having some game room or something, right?
Yes.
Might as well check that out.
Get my purple suit. We're going gambling.
All right. So yeah, it'll take you guys about. Yeah, you can shorten it a bit. Okay. So you make it back to the to dare to lay your hand. Eat. All right, there we go. So there are a few different games as you go through the different levels of the gaming floor. You do see a very old, very common game involving rolling three six-sided bone dice to try and match up numbers to compete against each other. Another one where they have Help Thy Neighbor. Ante is 25, and then everyone that remains in has to do an extra 10 gold per number that they're trying to hit. For the first round, and then another 20 gold per number for the second. Effectively, you roll 3d6, and you start with 10 counters. Number yourselves off 1 through 6 for anyone who's playing. Take turns rolling 3d6. The value is the number that's on the dice, each individual dice. Each time your number is rolled, even by another player or another gambler, they put a counter in the pot. So if somebody else rolls a 6 and you're a 6, you have to throw that money in the pot. The first person to put all their 10 counters in wins the pot. Liar's dice, which is basically a version of poker but with dice. Roll 5d6. Each turn, a player gets to bid on a face value, the number equal to the number of dice they have showing that face value. When a player's turn comes around, they can either challenge the previous player's bid or make an even higher bid. Basically, it's whoever's guessing how many of each dice was rolled collectively between all the players. Gambit of Erd. Buy-in is 50 gold. Each player rolls a d8. This is viewed outright and open. Sorry, that one you keep hidden. Then you place your bets on where you think that is. All bets are equal. Roll a d6 out that is kept secret as well. Then the final round of betting starts, and whoever is left at least, rolls another d4 and repeat the betting process. Once this is done, whoever is left reveals their dice. Winner gets 80% of the pot, and the house keeps 20. Bone dice, which is basically craps, or at least a version of it. Minimum 10 gold bet. High go, straight d20s roll off between players. Who is interested in any of the games?
Can I make a suggestion that we play like one of the games without the bets, just to get a feel for it, and then
Sure.
and then sort of it'll be the ultimate explanation of the game by actually doing it.
Okay.
And
So yeah, we can do a dummy hand of.
maybe start with the simplest game, and we can work our way up.
Okay. Simplest one is probably 3-card ante. Actually, that requires the dice, the cards to be loaded, which I don't have right now, so that's why I skipped it. Probably high go. So whoever would want to go in, you simply roll the d20 into the chat. You place your bets beforehand, and whoever gets the highest roll wins. In the event of a tie, there's a roll off between them.
And this game has a minimum bet or no?
Minimum bet for it is. Oh, sorry. In the event of a tie, there's a reroll with half of the prior buy-in being paid again. So it's whatever is the table. It's a 10 gold table, 20 gold table, 30 gold table, up to 50 gold table.
Okay.
However, in the event of a tie, if somebody refuses, they get their portion refunded, and the winner takes the rest of everyone else's pot.
And on average, how many other NPCs?
If you're looking around at the different tables that are doing high go, you're looking at for the most part 2 or 3 at most tables already.
Didn't mean to do that.
Well, yeah, but I think once we start playing these games, we'll quickly get
Okay.
familiar with them. All right, we'll start with the fake game of the high of the low one. Or?
Okay.
High go, yeah.
So we just throw in a 20 in the chat.
Okay. And then the 2 extra players that were at the table. If you had actually played this in Drakia, you would have just won the pot.
I'll probably actually play it now.
Okay.
Watch me
Because it's
roll a
pretty simple rules.
Yeah.
The only complicated part is if we get into a tie.
Yeah.
All right. So if you're sticking with this table, it's going to be 10 gold to put in.
Yep, I would put the 10. That's the one
Okay.
I wanted to be at. It was a 10 anyways, until I get used to the feel of it,
Garden
because I've
is
been rolling
10.
ones, so...
I'm in this too. Anybody else?
You're
I
going
think
into, you said?
Yeah, I'll give it a try.
and I think everybody in the party knows I don't gamble, so I'm gonna go
Yeah.
get a drink.
All right. And, oh, 1 sec. That does leave one thing I wanted to check on. In Drakei,
Yes.
about the time you're sitting down at the table,
Yes.
you feel a quick, sharp stabbing pain as your wings retract into you.
Yay! That's not going to be horrifying for everybody else to watch. That was about what?
4 hours.
4 hours, yeah. Okay. At least we know the duration.
Well, you know how long that lasted that time.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's a neat trick. If you put -10 in your modifier box and then drag that to your gold pieces, it'll automatically do the math.
Oh, yeah.
For 10, it's not that big a deal, but other ones, it makes it so you don't have to retype the number. Just
That's fair. Okay, Gargan, you said you're in too?
yep. I just paid it.
Okay, let me just...
All right, so...
Yeah, I just took it out of mine.
All right. Okay.
I don't know if Sybil, if she's in, or if... Well, Sybil would be trying to rob everybody, now that I think about it.
Oh, no.
Then
Sybil
again...
is not trying to rob anybody here. Sybil knows what this place is and is not looking to cause trouble.
Once.
And if we win the pot, it's my plan to short a share.
Mainly
Yeah.
because of what the consequences would be.
I would probably, if I win, I'm definitely buying the party around.
All right. So Sybil's in, plus 2 other players. So Sybil rolls.
I'll roll.
Random player 1.
See the one.
Wait,
Random player 1 wins the pot. Oh, was that Zin that just got back?
yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No worries.
Just wondering what we were rolling for.
All right. Oh, it's they decided to go for
Gambling.
Kygo, game down in the casino.
Oh, okay.
$10 to get in, or 10 gold pieces to get in, and you roll a d20. Whoever rolls the highest wins, and then if the event of a tie, there's some random thing that you have to try and do.
Let me see.
And Drakia just lost his gold and his wings.
Yeah.
Oh, you're no longer a beautiful butterfly?
I'm no longer a beautiful butterfly.
But their arc is still invisible.
Yeah, Derek's so
Wow.
invisible.
I'll follow them and see about what this gambling thing is.
All right. Sybil's going to play again.
I kind of want to play too.
Yeah, I'll play again.
Maybe one.
I'll play again too, at least one more round.
And we'll move to another
Okay.
game.
And 2 other players will still join in as well, or 2 other gamers. First gamer, second gamer. All right, so their money's just gone.
Okay, let's see
All
what
right,
I get.
So it's what? Sybil and Drakei and Gargan?
And Zin.
Sybil.
Oh, Zin said she was in.
Oh, Zin, roll.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
All right, so 10 off of you.
I already marked the 10 off of myself.
Yeah. 6 players in total. Okay.
I'm ready to try a more complex game.
More complex game. Okay. Let me get back to the games. All right.
Of course, we'll practice, and Drakei will win it.
Yeah,
So,
right.
I did minus my gold.
So, one
Okay.
sec.
Last time I touched it, I did it really weirdly.
All right.
Perfect.
You're set. There's bones, which is you roll 2d6, 10 gold minimum buy-in. Any pair is worth triple the bet, so double ones, double twos, etc.
Sounds interesting.
And if any pair is rolled, cannot be bet on number in the same toss. So
What's
basically,
that?
somebody will be designated the roller. And you basically say, I think it's going to come up as a 6. I think it's going to come up as a 7. I think it's going to come up as whatever. And double ones and double sixes always pay out 4 times whatever the bet was instead.
I'm not a math major, but the odds on this game sound horrible.
Okay, so we just have designated who's going to be the shooter. So who's playing?
Zin will play.
Zin Zin.
I'll play.
Okay.
Drakei.
Okay. Sybil will go in, and there's 2 other players there. So there's 5 of you total. One person will be throwing 2d6. We just need to know what numbers you think is going to come up.
Both no.
So the options are obviously between 2 and 12.
Lose 7.
I'm gonna guess. I was gonna guess 8.
1 second. So, Zin,
What are
you're
you
putting
winning?
yours on 7, and you're
What are you
putting what?
winning?
10 gold, you said? Okay. In Drakei,
I'm gonna put
Sorry.
10 on 8.
10 on 8.
Yeah.
Sybil will do 10 on 6. Gargan, were you in on this or no?
No, but I am curious. What do you win for the getting the number right?
So what you win double, you win your money back plus double. So if you're betting 10, you're going to win back 20. In the
And is
event
that-
of the thrower getting a pair, the thrower automatically wins. Whoever had that number bet wins triple the amount instead of double. Unless it's twos, unless it's double ones or double sixes, then it pays out 4 times. But that's because you're obviously betting on 1 or 12 or 2 or 12. And there's not a lot of other options to get to those.
Yeah, I'm gonna set this one up.
To roll them like another way. There's literally only one way to get those. Alright, so random guy A will put his on 9. He's throwing down. Doesn't matter. He's on 9, and guy B is on 11. All right. So Zin, first in the betting order, you're the shooter. Throw 2d6.
So forgive me, but how do I do that?
Pick up the d6 with a right click, or sorry, with a left click, and then right click to show 2 of them, and then throw them in the chat window.
Hey. Oh.
Hey.
So in Drakei.
Yeah.
Cool.
You win.
Great, now he can be the shooter and I'll
20
win.
gold. All right. All right. Guy B drops out. And Sybil's actually going to back out of this one, preferring some of the other games in the room. Hey, guys have been down here for a while, so Andrakei, you'll be the shooter. Zin, what number are you putting your money on, and how much?
It's between what and 12? 2 and 12?
2 and 12.
Let's do 9 and 10.
9 and 10?
9
Oh, or 10
gold. Number 9.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
Andrakei?
I'll do 10 on 5.
Okay, and that's what random guy A also is putting his on. So, Andrakei, you're the shooter.
Aw. I should have just stuck with 8.
All
That's the
losers.
exact number.
Alright, so Zin. Okay. Right. All right. Anyone up for another round?
Probably head to the bar. I'm backing out.
Okay.
I was kind of hoping he'd be like 11.
Oh, 11. Funny, Alicia.
I thought so. I'll back out too.
All right. All right. Yeah.
I'm not
So
Mr. Oogie Boogie. Okay.
Yeah, getting close to dinner time anyway. It's like 5 o'clock now, so you guys could always come back down here later at another point during the weekend. So yeah, if you guys go upstairs, get your dinner, takes you through till 6. That's fine. And actually, I think we're going to call it there.
We took so long at the
Already
Fighters Guild.
took a little longer than I thought at the Fighters Guild. I did not expect everybody to try their go, and especially to have these long fights of trying to chop off toes.
I do.
Yeah. Way to go,
I do
Sid.
have to say, my toes are still intact. My
Yes, they are.
kneecaps, however, are a little damaged.
Your toes are a little bloodied, but
Waffles done.
Wait. Oh my god. Oh, and I picked my talent, by the way, when you're ready.
Oh, yep. One sec. Let me get to your sheet. So you're going. Okay, so you are going with a talent rather than taking a feat at next one.
What happens if I just...
Because you still, with talent you still get your ability score. With feat you don't.
Oh, yeah. Talent.
Okay. All right. Which talent?
Living dead girl.
that's
Right?
awesome.
I thought it was pretty cool when I was reading it.
Okay.
You'd probably play the song, but it's copyright, so.
Rob Zombie. Great song.
Well, that's where I got most of the inspiration for half the talents was things that were playing in the background at the time.
Awesome. Alrighty.
What does living dead girl get you?
Oh. So you are able to mimic a dead-like state. You are able to hold your breath and remain perfectly still for over to 5 minutes. Anyone who checks on you assumes that you are dead unless they succeed a D20 medicine check. You can attempt a D17 deception check in combat when you strike to appear to have died for 2d4 rounds.
So pretty much it's playing possum.
And yes, when you decide to break out of that, if your deception roll was successful, you will have advantage on the attack, even if attacking from prone.
Awesome.
And for you Dragon Ball Z fans, playing Yamcha.
Yeah. Definitely.
Very cool.
All right, I'll leave the server up in case anybody needs to make some more notes. See you all in 2 weeks, and hopefully we'll be able to get through a little bit more into the story that we're going to cover. I have a feeling Saul's going to be surprised when she comes back. But
All right, goodbye.
all right,
Bye.
bye.